We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last man falls. I don't need them anyway. When I'm with you, I have it all. Oh, I'll never let you slip away. Oh, and you don't have to be afraid. I will hold you till the sun comes crashing down. I'm yours until the end of time. Say my name until stars fade away and your scars don't say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Your scars don't hurt.
I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. But I couldn't resist you. Never felt like that girl, I swear. I probably just run, girl. Trying to make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that this is problem, and I know that it would kill me, kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, 'cause I'm
Alright. Welcome. Put this out of the way. There we go. I am back. We're just waiting for the roof to be cleared. And you can start to see the stars on the right-hand side on the left camera. We're almost there. I'd say about another 5 more minutes, and then we're going to start imaging NGC 7000. I misjudged it by a little bit, as you can tell. That's okay. So you can see how I rearranged a little bit of things here. Oh, it found where we are in the sky. Look at that. How about that? Question is how much did it move? Well, it moved a little bit. We're not too far off. Well, that's a good thing. Right there. Ah ha ha ha! Yes, we're right where we need to be. Perfect. Excellent. And now we're ready. Okie dokie. I'm just gonna take a quick exposure, see where we are in the sky. Okay. We just had to wait for the roof to clear, but now we're in good shape, so. Okay. Now it's just gonna find it, get right where we need to be, and then we'll be golden. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me just process it real quick, see where we are. It says, according to this, we're right where we need to be. We're like right on top of it. So... Well, it's in there somewhere. Of course, this is a 12-second exposure. Oh, yeah, I know where we are. Okay. I got it. I know where we are. We just need to bring this down just a little bit. Okay. Perfect. I know where we are. Okie dokie. Okay, perfect, right there. Excellent. Because I want to get the wall. I want to get that, so. Alright, let's see here. What's on the bottom here? That's perfect right there. Excellent. Okie dokie. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Of course, that bright star that you saw up there, that's Z Cygni, so that's XI Cygni. And that one is a third magnitude star. So what we're doing is we're taking a 33-second exposure. I know it's totally random, but I just want to see what we get for here. Whoops. Oh, satellite went through. That's pretty cool. Okay. That should be good right there. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's start imaging it. Okie dokie, let's get this all ready to go. Let's get the guider set up and ready to go. And go. Alright, and now we are guiding and we are ready to go. So this was a 33-second exposure, so let's take a look and see what we got for detail here. Oh yeah, that's perfect right there. That's gorgeous right there. We got a satellite that went right through too, so let's take a look and see what satellite that was. Looking it up to see what satellite that was. And of course, naturally, you're looking at this nebula upside down. So look where the Great Lakes region is that little dark circle. So that's this right here. This little dark circle that you see there, this would be like the little panhandle up at the top. And then it comes up this way, and then it goes straight across. And then it goes in. So it's upside down, and then the Pelican would sit right here. And then that satellite that went through, let me take a look and see what it was. That was... Got it right here. Just give me a second. Let's see if anything zipped by here. Nothing. The closest that anything came was LAGEOS 2 satellite, but that didn't go exactly with the same path. Interesting. Now, of course, naturally, that's just a minute exposure. We're gonna take a 10-minute exposure, so we're gonna see some real detail coming out of this thing. So just be patient. With the other one, we're already at 50%, so we're already 5 minutes into the exposure. So we're gonna see. Let me check with how guiding's doing here. Yeah, guiding's pretty good, so we shouldn't have any problems here. So let's see, what do we got for time? Let's see. We're at 6:56 right now, so we are just about ready. We've got about 3 minutes to go on the 10-minute exposure. Guiding on this side is not as good as what it was on the other one, so we'll see. See what we got here. And if not, we may have to just take it down to like 6 minutes, but we'll see. Got about 1 minute left. What's up, Amol? Got 40 seconds left. We'll see what we get. Here we go, 10 seconds. Well, the stars look good. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't hit the save button. Let me save it, hang on. How do I save the other one? That's what I want. Save that. Hmm. Yeah, it's a satellite. Yeah, it shook his back because I'm just going through here. I'm just... Yeah, I'm just looking here. I saved this in RAW, so that's why it's... Oh, there we go. Very finicky with the histogram. There we go. Very finicky. But it's a really cool image. Just gotta get it just right. There we go. I think that might be a little too bright, but that's not bad. Now it's reversed only because I saved it as a raw image. So if you're looking at this right here is like the Great Lakes region here, and then it's gonna go around and then through here, and then it's just straight through. Right through here. And then all this is just a star field. And then you got the bright star right there, and that's XI Cygni. That's the bright star right there. So that's the 10-minute image. Which is really cool. So we're already at 3 minutes, which is nice. This one's done. That's bright, and I want to change that with the histogram. There we go. Now, of course, granted with this one, this is not hydrogen alpha. So, again, Great Lakes region here is going to come around, and then this is all straight through here. So, you're not going to see much hydrogen alpha unless if I flip the filter. Which I could. Could do. But you can actually see it pretty clearly. with the other telescope. So again, we're getting 10-minute images on this. Which is quite incredible, actually. And the detail we're pulling out. And here's the thing, and this is the most incredible part. This is without hydrogen alpha filters. This is just solely pull it in, put a luminance filter on, and go. Alright, so this star actually right here, that one's 57 Cygni right there. That is actually at the top of the Pelican. So the Pelican will actually sit right here, along this edge right here. Right through here, this is the top of the North American Nebula. If you're following along with my mouse, and then what it will do is it'll dip under, so it'll be like a little crevice right here, and then come around, and then it's going to go like this. So you're going to see like this, the Cygni wall, which is right here, and then come around and go this way. And then you have Xi Cygni, which is this star right there, which is the end of the North American Nebula, which is down this way. So this right here is all North American Nebula right here. And this is all nebulosity. It's all hydrogen emission gas. And what may not look like anything on this, but this is an unstretched image. Now, if I were to put a hydrogen alpha filter on this, then I'd be able to get just a little bit more nebulosity, which is what you would want. I will be getting a hydrogen alpha filter for this one. And this way I can be able to pull out just a little bit more detail. And at 10 minutes, this is pretty amazing. Now on the other camera, just because we're getting a 10-minute exposure, we're actually getting nebulosity through it too. But it's going to show up in a different color. It's going to be like a light green. So anything that's a light green, you're noticing that that's hydrogen emission. So you can see here, like this is the end of it down here, and you can see that all of this is all hydrogen gas, all throughout here. Which is crazy to even think about. Because again, this one here is 57 Cygni. This one right here, this is the Pelican right here. So now we're on the right side of the camera, the right camera, and then this right here, this is the top of the North American Nebula. It dips down, as you can see here, and then this is the Cygni wall, which is right here. So this is all hydrogen alpha gas. Now we won't see 57 Cygni because it would be down towards the bottom right. But that's okay because it would be just a little bit off. But I'm not worried about that. Alright, so this image is done. So now we have two images here at 10 minutes apiece. So we got that one, which is super white, but I don't really care. That's fine. And then we got this one here. They're both fine. I could definitely work with both of them. Okay. There we go. So now you get the detail. And what's cool about this too is you can actually see NGC 6996, and that is a little star cluster right here. So there's a little star cluster that's sitting right in the middle of the North American Nebula. I mean, that's a really cool star cluster. And the brighter stars, of course, naturally you're going to be getting. You got this bright star, this little monster right there. Okay, that one is HR 8035, and that one is a 5th to 6th magnitude star. The one that sits right next to it is HD 1999-30. 39 actually, 39. So HD 1999-39. And that was a 7th magnitude star, so that one is just a little bit off. That's this one right there. So we got some bright stars in there, which is really cool. Now again, we are blowing out the histogram. Okay? Blowing this out completely, which means when you're blowing out the histogram, you're getting the curved edges right here. So this is all curved over here, down here, and then of course down at the bottom left right there. Is because we're using an 1.5" filter. But that's perfectly fine. And what we can do is we could take like 4 or 5 of these and then move it down and get 4 or 5 and then stitch them together. So we should be ready for the next image coming up here on both left and right. Let's take a look and see here. You got 2 minutes left on the one on the right, and we got about 1.5 minutes on the one on the left. And by all means, anybody that's watching, if they want to see an object, by all means, let me know. And we can find it. And we can get it on the screen. We could do long exposure, we could do short exposure. We could do it with the color camera, we could do it with the monochrome camera. Let me know. Within reason, of course. I can't get anything that's low to the horizon. Something small, I won't be able to see. If it's like the Cat's Eye Nebula, or if it's the, you know, Blinking Planetary Nebula, Ghost of Jupiter, any of those smaller ones, it's gonna be very tough because it'll just look like a star. But bigger objects like this will be amazing. So we're up to just about 20 minutes we're getting right now. Welcome back, Eric. Got about 40 seconds left. Alright, and this one should be just about done. Oh, it got darker and it looks nicer and it's just more crisp. Oh, that looks so much better. Look at that. That is crazy. Hello there, Mr. James. And Joanne, welcome. So we started the night off with just testing out the iris again, finishing it up in blue. We finished that. So that is done. And now we're moved to the North American Nebula. Naturally, it's upside down. But not too bad. But you can actually use the outline. Now, again, this is the crazy part. So, like, if you're just joining me, this is just solely the camera. No hydrogen alpha filter. Just a luminance filter. That's it. And this is a 10-minute image. And again, you can use the outline. Okay, so it's going around here. This is the top of it. This is the Cygnus wall, which is right there. And then this is like the Great Lakes region right here. And then it goes all the way across. And then that's your North American Nebula all throughout here. Down here, this is 57 Cygni. This is the top of the Pelican. So the Pelican sits down just below here. So I could move this down. I can get one more exposure, move it down, and then get another 30 minutes, and then stitch the two together. I could do that. But again, if there's anybody that wants wants an object, please let me know. You know, if it's a bigger object, I know that Joanne has mentioned the Turtle Nebula before, which is super cool. And we did get that. I haven't processed it yet. We're waiting for a cloudy night in order to do that, but we've been getting so many clear nights, I'm not processing when it's clear out, because we're getting images. Because I know there will be a lot. We got a lot of objects to get and stuff, and we've done a lot. That's what she said. I didn't see anybody reply. What? You're lurking on another screen. The Veil. It's just a little bit too south right now. Let me take a look. Oh, we might be able to get it. Yeah, we should be able to get it. Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to get it. So, here's what we'll do then. NGC 6543. Oops, wrong button. Cat's eye. Really, Jeff? I could try the cat's eye. The only problem is that it's just going to end up being like a star. Like, if you were to look at this star right here, it would look like that. It's very small. I mean, I could do the Veil, but the Cat's Eye Nebula, like I said, doing something like that is going to be very tough. Because this is a 61mm telescope on the left, and then an 80mm on the right. So, in order to get something like that, I would need like a 6-inch, 8-inch, or 10-inch. Yeah, so, because the size of this, to put this in perspective, okay? The size of the Cat's Eye Nebula is 0.4 by 0.3 arc minutes. Okay? The size of the object that we're getting right now is 120 by 100 arc minutes. So this thing is about 120 times smaller. Yeah, Veil, I think, is the winner. Now, my question is, can I get the whole thing in the frame of view? That'd be a good question. Let's plug it in and see, and let's find out. Let's see. Now, here's my question. Which Veil? Should we get the Eastern Veil? Or the Western Veil? Or do we get the Pickering? Now, the more prominent one that you're going to get more detail on is the Eastern. Western Veil is going to be a little bit tougher. It's a little bit of a dimmer one. M92 I could see. That one is the Star Cluster, so that's a good one. West side. Yeah, Joanne says eastern. Where are we for the last image? Because I want to get at least one more. Yeah, we're at 8 minutes, so one more. You need field of view of 1.7. I don't have a field of view of 1.7. I would literally... I'm missing that by... Ooh. I'm just barely missing it. I could get... In this camera here, the one on the left, I can get the middle complex and the western in one shot. I think, honestly, getting the eastern would be better, because I can get this right in the middle and I can get the whole damn thing right in the field of view. I could always mosaic it, and that's the best part. It's going to be clear for 2 more nights. So, we got lots of time. We got 1 minute left. And this one's going to be done. Alright, that's done. Perfect. Alright, so that one's done. And this one's got 30 seconds left. And then we're going to go right to the east. Yeah, so the camera on the right is using a focal reducer with a field flattener. Okay, so the scope itself on the right is 545. That's your focal length. It's 545. It's an 80 millimeter telescope. So, and it's a 0.8 focal reducer, which brings it down to about 456, 460. So it's going to go from f5.4 to f4.6, which means I'm getting a wider field of view on the camera on the right. The camera on the left has nothing. No field flattener, no focal reducer, no nothing. So the edges look like crap. But that's okay. Alright, so now we're going to stop the guider. And then the camera on the left is 360 millimeter focal length, and it's 61 millimeters. So it's like an f6, which is freaking terrible. I do need a focal reducer on that, big time. Alright, let's move the mount. We're just doing a hop, skip, and a jump here. Okay, hop, skip, and a jump. We're going right over to the eastern veil. Okay, let's see where we are, and let's get this centered. Alright, let's take a look and get this all centered and ready to go. Where did it go? I thought I saved it. Hmm. Why did it save it as a BMP file? I don't want it as a BMP. Huh. There we go. I have no idea why it saved it as a BMP. It's just a different file format, but I don't know why it would do that. There we go. That's weird. Alright. Plate solving time. So now it's going to show our coordinates up at the top. And we're going to get the right coordinates. And then we'll figure out exactly where we're in the sky. And then let's see what we get. And where the veil is where we want to be, the exact coordinates are right ascension, 20 hours, 57 minutes. And declination is 31 degrees and 47 arc minutes. So we're not too far from where we want to be. So let's take a look and see. It is done. So we're going to confirm it, sync the mount, and well, bam, and here we go. And we're just going to move it over just a slight bit. And we're right where we are. There we go. We'll give it about 5 seconds, let it settle down. Alright, let's see. Let's take a quick exposure, see where we are. Let's see. The only way we would know is if I were to process this and see, based on the curve. Just checking to see where we are. I want to get this centered. Okay, I know where I am. Okay. It's got to go up. Okay. I got it. All right. There we go. All right, we're going to get this right centered and everything, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, let's see here. I want to get this dead center, so just give me just a minute, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We have to do some bigger plate solving for this one because I got this where I don't know if I got it in the right spot. Alright, hang on. Alright, we're plate solving it again. Hang on. I think we're in the wrong spot. No satellite streak again. I'm moving, just moving it back and forth here. I just want to see where we are. Think I know where we are, but give me 1 second. I think the problem is I didn't zoom this in. There we go. Oh my god, I'm looking at the wrong spot of the sky. Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Holy. Oh my god. I'm looking at the wrong part of the sky. Oh my god. I'm doing Seder. That's why I couldn't find it. We're in the Seder complex. Oh my god. No wonder why I couldn't find it. I knew something wasn't right. There we go. Oh my, I'm such an idiot. Now we're where it is. Okay. Here we go. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I know it's in there. And I realize it's the wrong freaking object. Okay. Wait for the mount to settle down. Alright. Take 2. That's a my bad. I'm sure everyone saw that one. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's right in the center. I don't know if anybody can see it, but it's right there. So we literally have this thing right where I want it to be. I would probably say move it up like a millimeter. Okay. Alright, let's see here. One, two, three. One, two. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Perfect, right there. Okay, there we go. All right. I can't believe I did that. And now let's see if this is in the middle. Yes, perfect. This is right in the middle, right where I want it to be. So again, this is a 10-second exposure. I'm just gonna let everyone know that. 10 seconds, and this is what the object looks like at 10 seconds. Okay, I know it's going to be a little hard to see, so I'm going to try to bust out the histogram. There you go. Can everyone see it? And this thing is going to be right in the middle. Ow, that hurt my foot. Alright, so you're going to be able to see this. It's right in the middle of the screen. Let me see what it looks like on this one here. Let's see, where is that on this one here? Oh, that's not bad. Okay, good. So that's going to be right in the middle of the screen, too. It's going to be right here. Alright. Let's pull up the guider. See what we got for stars. Not terrible. Probably have to do a little bit more than 1 second. Probably have to do 1.5 seconds. Yeah, that one should be good right there. Alright, perfect. Perfect. Alright, we'll guide off with that star. And then what we'll do is we will take a 5-minute exposure just to see what it looks like. Then we'll do 6 minutes. That should be good enough. Okay, so we'll do 6 minutes. Okay. We'll do 6 and 6. It's 6992 is the name of this. So 360 seconds on both. There we go. Guiding's a little bouncy here. Change the luminance here a little bit brighter so this way I can see. Hopefully it'll settle down a little bit here. looks like it's settling down a little bit here, so give it a second. Ugh. Jeez. Right ascension is just bouncing everywhere. Trying to fix right ascension. Damn, right ascension's all over the place here. Trying to fix that. Hang on, I'm gonna have to probably do a longer exposure. Hang on, I think I can fix it here. Chris can fix it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because it's like bouncing. Alright, I think I fixed it. We'll see what that does. May not be perfect, but we'll see. Oh, I already finished one of the images. I didn't even know. Let's take a look and see. The stars don't look too horrible. They don't look too bad. Now that I'm settling down a little bit. They don't look bad. So this is just a single 6-minute exposure. Let's take a look and see what we got here. There we go. I'd say that's pretty damn good. What do you think, everyone? Is that good? I think it is. And this one's done, so let's take a look at this one. Or else fiddling around with guiding. I wish I would have focused this a little bit better. Sucks. My bad. It's okay. Yeah, it's right here. So it starts here, goes all the way around. So it's this right here. So yeah, I should have done that. But I'm still pretty impressed with that. Yeah, guiding's okay right now. I mean, it's okay right now. So then it's settling down, so it's not too bad right now. But you can see how intricate this is all the way through. And naturally, as we get more and more, what I could do is we'll take about 5 or 6 of these. And knowing that guiding is starting to settle down here, should be in good shape. And of course, Zane's texting me. He is one of my coworkers. He doesn't want to comment on the video, but he should. That's right, Zane. You should put at least something to let people know that you're on. One of my coworkers watching the stream. So it's going to be right here on the camera on the right. The camera on the left, as you notice, is a lot more sensitive than the camera on the right, which is nice. So what I will do is I'm going to pull up Deep Sky Stacker Live. Deep Sky Stacker Live pulled up here. Hang on, I gotta minimize some windows. We we got 6,000 windows open. There we go. Now let's pull up everything back up again. Pulling it up, pulling it up, pulling it up. There we go. Good, good, good. Alright, perfect. Okie dokie, now we gotta save everything again. So let's see. Because I have not saved a darn thing right now. Alright, let's save them all. Okay. We have Deep Sky Stacker Live pulled up here. Alright, everything's saving. And then what I will do is I will put all the images that we're going to take for the veil, and we will put this into a composite image to stack it and to make it a nice, pretty image. Alright, so now they're all saved. Okay. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, that's perfect there. Just getting this together here. So we got 624 and 557. Where'd they go? They're not. They didn't save. They saved it somewhere. I don't know where they saved. Browse containing folder. Ah, 615. Okay. There they are. That's why. Okay. Six, 2, 4, 5, 5, 7. Get rid of these folders and paste. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do that. So now that one should be done in a minute. Alright, perfect. So we'll take those 3. Excellent. So now what we'll do is we'll stack it. Okay, monitor it. Yep, 3 images, fantastic. Stack it, there we go. Guiding's taking a dump, let me take a look. It's not terrible. Let me try to see if I can lighten it up a little bit, there we go. I'm doing 2 things at once. Just making it just so I can get it just right here. There we go. So I can get the whole image in there. There we go. And now we'll be able to watch it live. There we go. Yeah, well, let me check here. Hang on. Back. We'll do that 100. Oh, God, yeah. Wow. You're right. It was a cloud band that went right through. Oh. You weren't kidding. Yeah, you weren't kidding. I didn't even see that. Yeah, you could tell by how bad the image looks. You're right. Okay. Good eye. I'm just adjusting the histogram here. There we go. Yeah, that image looks like junk. You're right. Wow. We are not saving that one. That one's total garbage. You're right. There we go. Whoa. Ah. There we go. So you can tell the difference between one image compared to what we have for stacked. Let me zoom it in just a little bit more here. We'll go to 33%. And now we'll readjust here. There we go. I like that a lot better. That's really nice. We'll move it up to the top here. That way it doesn't interfere with the actual image itself. There we go. Right there, so we're good. Let me... do want to just adjust the histogram just a little bit here. Trying to see if I can pull out just a little bit more detail here. There we go. You try that, see how that looks. Alright, so we got one more, and then we'll stack it. Now keep in mind, this is only 2 images, so we're about to make it 4. And we'll get probably about 4 more, and I think we'll call it a night. Because remember, this is also pretty low in the horizon still. Like, I literally just got this over the roof, which is about 29 or 30 degrees above the horizon, so it's not fully all the way up. And the background's going to start getting darker and darker, which means you're going to start seeing more nebulosity. We should be getting the next image any minute now. We should be just about ready for the next one. Alright, there we go. Here comes the next image. Alright, perfect. And now we will save these and let them go right into the deep sky stacker. So 6992. Okay, and save. Alright, so now what it's going to do, here we go. This is image number 3. Actually, this is 4, I'm sorry. This is image 4. Ho ho! It's getting more vibrant. Oh, that's pretty incredible. How's this one look? So we'll get 2 more and then we'll call it a night. There we go. Now, of course, granted, I'm only pulling out the detail by just blowing out the histogram. What the histogram is, it's just a curve. It's a curved line between lights and darks. And if you try to get too much light rather than dark, you're going to start getting vignetting, which is what that's called around the outside edge. So when you see the camera on the left, you're noticing a lot of black around the edges. But the inside still keeps its detail, and that's what I want. That's why when you send them to the object, blow out the histogram, you're getting the detail in the middle. But when you notice the deep sky stacker, you're noticing that it's almost a smooth image because it's stacking them one on top of the other. So right now we're at 5 images stacked. That's 30 minutes, each being 6 minutes of exposure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably get about 8 or 9 of these and then call it a night. Once we stack them, then I think we'll be in great shape. If you're wondering, if you're just starting and you're wondering what the coordinates up at the top are, those coordinates are for the veil, okay, in that area. So when I was doing my plate solving, it was giving me coordinates in the night sky, so I know exactly where I am, and where we need to be. So that's what's using for the plate solving software. And of course the camera on the right, you're noticing that you're like saying, well, that's not really a good image. And yes, of course, it's not a good image because you still have to stack them one on top of the other. But in order to get that kind of detail, what I'm getting on the camera on the left is I'd have to go 3 to 4 times more time for exposure to get the detail from one to the other. So, like what would be a 6-minute exposure on the left, I'd have to take an 18-minute exposure on the right to get the same amount of detail because it's less sensitive, if that makes any sense. So that's why monochrome is the way to go. Now, granted, it's only a black and white image. In order for it to be in color, you have to do a red filter, a green filter, and a blue filter. Do the same amount of exposures, same time on every single one of them, and then combine them and stack it. So it takes 3 times longer to actually get a colored image. So in reality, you're taking the same amount of time. So if that makes any sense. Exactly. You're still taking the same amount of time if you wanted to do color. So like when we did the fireworks galaxy, we did 6-minute exposures, okay, in luminance. Then we did a 6-minute exposure in color. you weren't getting as much detail on the colored one than you were with the monochrome. But if I was taking one after another, and just continuously kept pumping out the ones in color, eventually it would have got to the point of what I was taking for luminance. Now, in order to get that one in color, like I said, you'd have to do it 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. I did 5 images for that one set. Then did red, green, and blue. So it was 30 minutes for each filter times 4. It's 2 hours. But if I had to take 2 hours in color, noticing that it would be about the same. But don't get me wrong. I love the colored camera, but the monochrome has definitely exceeded my expectations. Well, I'm all like, it's kind of like what I was saying, but it's with the colored image, it's 4 channels: red, green, green, and blue is what it's doing. It's 2 green channels, 1 red and 1 blue. Different cameras will have different filters. Some are red, green, blue, blue. Some are red, green, blue, and some are red, green, green, blue. I know it's weird. There are even some cameras out there, which is even crazier, is what's called the CYMG. So it's 4 colors, 4 channels: cyan, yellow, magenta, green. So it's the CYMG. And that one is the Orion G3, uses that sensor, that filter, that sensor. It's the CYMG. So it's a little different. When you take 4 times the images, here's the problem with that. If you were to take 4 times longer the exposure, you have to do that for every single filter. Yes, correct. So if I were to take this, I'm taking this at 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm taking one after another. If I wanted to do a set of 5, I would have to flip this to red and then do 5 6-minute images. Switch it to green, 5 6. Switch it to blue, 5 6. So you have to do that. And then you stack the reds, you stack the greens, you stack the blues. On Photoshop or PixInsight or Lightroom, whatever you choose, is you actually open up a new image. It'll have the channels, red, green, and blue, and you attach the one to each channel, red, green, blue. And then you'll watch the image start to fold, and you'll actually see it turn into color. Then you take the luminance, which is what we're shooting in now, and you add that on top to give it more of a vibrant feeling, and you merge it together to get one beautiful image. And we will do that live on the next processing party. You'll get to see this live. We have done so far in color Hercules cluster, we did that one. We did the Fireworks Galaxy, so we did that one. The Iris, we did that one. So we've done 3 so far. We have yet to process any of them. The next one I'd like to do in color is the Cocoon. That's next on my list. And then hopefully, once we get enough of these, I'd like to get this one. So I think that'll be super cool. The more we can do, the better, because we'll have way more images, and we'll have lots of process parties, and that's ultimately my goal. Alright, so here we go. So it's going to start stacking more. So you're going to start seeing a little bit more detail. I have to fix the histogram here because it's starting to... There we go. we go. So won't you take 20 total images instead of just 5 for monochrome? Well, you would. And that's the thing, and that's what I'm doing. Is you'd have to do... Well, that's what I've been doing. Is when I've been taking the 6 sets of 5 on the left, I've taken 20 or 30 images on the right. Because I haven't changed anything. That was in color to begin with from start to finish. So there's no changing filters, doing any. I've taken a whole bunch, one on top of the other. Also, in some of the images, they have taken longer exposure. So when I've taken a 4, 5, or 6 minute exposure on the left, I've taken a 10-minute exposure on the right. So this way I can compensate it. Correct. So it'll be 20 total exposures, but I can take 20 total exposures on the right too. Joanne says turtle. Yeah, yes, I could do that too. I could do that tomorrow. It's confusing. It's very confusing of how it works. It's just more sensitive. Yes, 100%. Mono wins 100%. But mono is for people who have time. Yes. Yes, you want to get as much detail. And the bread isn't with the pudding. The pudding's with the bread. You can actually take a look and see just by looking at this image alone. On the left is a 6-minute exposure. One on the right is also a 6-minute exposure. But you're not getting half as amount of detail as you would between the two of them. Yes, the color image is extremely easy because everything is already aligned for you. The red, green, and blue is already aligned. Plus, a colored camera doesn't have a luminance filter on it. You can add a luminance filter if you really wanted to get it a little bit better, but overall, yeah. And I could do that. I can make sure I can get that one together. Yes. And you could take a look here. I mean, 6 minutes and 6 minutes, and one on the left is just blowing the other one away. Hands down. Now, granted, I could flip the filter into hydrogen alpha on the camera on the right. Alright, so tomorrow I will get turtle next. That'll be the next thing on the list, will be that one, because it'll be up high enough in the sky earlier. So I should be able to get that in red, green, and blue, and we'll be good to go with that because I have the images saved for that, so we should be good. Then we'll move to the next object. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but we could probably get the ED Western Veil. We could probably get that tomorrow too. Nice. Oh yes. That is very true, James. Very, very true. And that's exactly what happened with me, is I went with the colored camera and then moved over to monochrome. And now that I went to monochrome, now I have the LRGB set. But it doesn't stop there, because then you want to do the Hubble palette, which is hydrogen alpha, oxygen 3, and sulfur 2. So that's 3 more. So I have a 9 filter wheel, 9 set filter wheel in there. And I'm going to be able to put 5 of them in there. Or 6. Well, actually, no, it would be 7. It would be 7 of the 9. And then the 8th one I'll probably get is a IR cut filter. I'll get that one too. No. Monochrome is by far way more expensive, because it's getting more detail. Way more expensive. Like the camera on the right, you can get for about $1,400. Camera on the left is almost $2,000. Then you have all the filters. So then I have the ZWO series, which is the LRGB, and then the one on the right, I just have a Skyglow filter. The number one camera usually to get for monochrome is the ASI series from ZWO, and that's the 1600. Everybody loves that 1600 series, and it's the MM, which is the monochrome. And that one is a phenomenal camera. Alright, so we are just about done, as we got our last image of the night for now. We took 7. So we got 7 total images at 6 minutes apiece, so 42 minutes of the veil in luminance. Can't wait to see what we got when we stack them, although you do have a preliminary stack there on the screen. Which is always nice. And then one on the right, we could always stack that one too and see what we get for that one. So I'm going to let a couple songs play. We're going to end it because I got to go to work in the morning, and this is 4 nights in a row, which is incredible. like I've ever had this much of a stretch of clear nights. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. Tomorrow's clear too. And it's supposed to be a good, good, good night for transparency, seeing, and cloud cover. So, we're going to have tons of fun tomorrow. We've had a great night tonight. We had a couple suggestions, which is nice. We got the Veil, North American Nebula. That was awesome. So we got a few objects. If there's any objects out there I would love to get, Astro-Imager, welcome. You'll be getting that tonight too. Fantastic. 2 weeks straight clouds in Yuki. Clear tonight. Amol says, I hate you, Buffalo. Of course, naturally. We love you too. And trust me, I've never seen anything like this, where it was that many nights in a row. And I think Tuesday is the final one. So, yes, yay clear nights, which is super awesome. So, I'm going to let these couple songs play out. Let this just run, do its course. But I want to thank everyone for coming on in. And I'm noticing that more people come on after like 12:30, 1 o'clock than when I do when I first start. I just wish I had it the next day off for work. And B, I'd like for these nights to start earlier, not 10 o'clock. It's just nuts. That's okay. So, I want to thank Joanne, Amol, James, Morgello, Star, Jeff Lucas, astrophotographer, Uncle Bill, the Astro-Imager, I saw you come on. Pretty sure I saw Eli on earlier. He's another coworker of mine that was here when I first started, the stream this evening at around 10:15. And Zane was watching in the background, another coworker of mine too. An Astro-Imager, thank you for coming on. So guys, it's been a real honor tonight. And I will see you guys at 10 p.m. again. Make sure you give me suggestions. Tomorrow, right now, all we have planned is getting the turtle. We'll get that in red, green, and blue. It'll be really quick. It'll be fast. We'll just get them like 60-second exposures. We'll just do a whole bunch of them. And this way we'll be good to go. And then we're free as a bird right after that. So between 10:30 and 1:30, we can get as many objects as we can get. So thank you so much, guys. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. bye.